We started.
Hello, everybody. November.
Hello, everybody. It's November.
Malta Poet Society online open mic. Paolo.
Take it away.
Yeah, you can get it.
Okay. Okay, so all you viewers out there.
Yeah, the hundreds of millions of people
Yeah,
watching.
nice to see you all of you. Okay, well, there isn't much of an audience that I can play to in the way that I would. It brings a lot out of me. When we got hundreds, I feel, but when it's just like a couple of folks, then it's a bit more difficult. I'd just like to welcome you to tonight's Malta Poet Society. And say we've been going for years, but we used to be in cafes, and now we switched to Zoom. And the quality is quite good stuff we have. People write poems especially for the evening because they're not necessarily poets, but they'll have a go and write something, or else they do write poetry or write, and they write something for the night, for this evening session. And anyway, I'm going to start with a song, and then we'll probably put a video up. I think we'll put a video up.
Video is another song, so it's up to you what you want to do.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right.
All videos are songs. Then there's your song and my song at the end.
Okay. Do you want to do some reading then? After me. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Okay. Fine. So I'm going to start by singing a song. I'll have to clear my throat. Okay. So do you want to move out the way?
Sorry.
I need to not answer. Okay, just give me a moment. Got to get into my creative mode. Okay. Carry me, caravan, take me away. Take me to Portugal, take me to Spain. Andalusia with fields full of grain. I have to see you again and again. Take me, Spanish caravan. Yes, I know you can. Trade winds find galleons lost in the sea. I know where treasure is waiting for me. Silver and gold in the mountains of Spain. I have to see you again and again. Take me, Spanish caravan. Yes, I know you can. That's it.
Back in place.
Okay, now we'll hand you over to...
you were muted, so can you unmute yourself and then clap?
Okay, great. Now we'll pass you on to Norman, who's got something to say. That's the way I am now.
What I would like to do today are 3 small short pieces. Thank you. That's nice. Looks good as well. So I'm gonna read a piece. So this piece here, I wrote on the 29th of April of 4 years ago during a writing workshop. And the prompt was, it is the middle of the night, you wake up to a sound from your bookshelf, your books are talking to each other. Which books are they and what are they saying? And this is what I wrote. Huh? What? What do? Yes, I agree. True. Aha. Yay. Super. Yeah. The whole world should know these facts. If only the educational system would make us compulsory. This is really strange. I'm a totally heavy sleeper. But tonight, at exactly 11:11 p.m., my usually impenetrable fort of dreamland, which I never end up remembering, was definitely under some form of security malfunction. Definitely. Totally. Absolutely. What are these words? My being's awareness level arose and awoke a notch, and I could start making out the event. A conversation. Yes, between two voices, which I could not, for the sleep of me, identify. But I'm still more than 100% captivated, so I became sharper. My body stirs and turns and regains full movement faculties, shaking off the film of protectiveness from my delta state, such that I get up in bed and check for safety and do a situation assessment. Who and what are these voices? As if by some unidentifiable force from outside of me or my body starts moving toward the door of my bedroom, beyond which lies my bookshelf. Spreading the door open, my eyes meet with a spectacle of glitter fireworks, where the Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles was animately conversing with Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Is that it?
And that's the first one.
Should we clap now?
You can if you want. My second poem is curious. I mean, I have two non-Maltesers here. My second poem is in Maltese. I can vaguely explain what it is, but the exercise would be, especially if viewers later on are not Maltese, to feel the rhythm of the speech. And I'll give you a summary of what it is, but I read it purely in my native language. And this is me writing in my actual proper native language. Illa zaq kontra ras, ras kontra zaq. Irtubija u ebbusija mill-istess sajn. Firxa ta' infinit. Infinit ikħal. Hawn isfel il-baħar kaħlan. Hemm fuq is-sema bajdan, jew kaħlan, jew imħallat xi kultant preċiż bil-aqqat tal-gris. Kollha forom ta' illa dawn. Illa attiva ħarxa imqanqla f'tawn isfel, l-irtubija mżaqqa tinġama fir-rasi jibsa. Illa sik ta' passiva stinata f'tem fuq. Ix-xejn dak li ma jintlaħaqx għalkemm kollu l-istess lewn mill-għażla ta' tlieta. Xorta waħda għandu l-illa tiegħu. Il-illa, il-qawwa, il-firxa infinita, il-ħafna u x-xejn, infinità, it-tnejn. That's written on 24th March 2018. So just as an explanation, illa, it's like probably the best translation in English would be wrath, W-R-A-T-H. So basically, I'm speaking of wrath, and extreme anger.
Wrath.
Yeah. So I'm speaking. Za means tummy and ras means head, and that means in terms of the sea, which is like an infinity of blueness type of thing, and it has this softness to it, but it can be hard. You know, the sea is liquid, but water can be.
Well, it can be forceful water,
exactly,
or soft,
and that is like a form of both of them. the forceful as well as the soft, because it's a lot of it.
Yes, yes.
It's like an intense.
Be like water.
Exactly. So that's one analogy, the one downstairs, and the one upstairs is the sky. So an infinity of blue, or sometimes gray, or whatever, but a lot and a lot and a lot of it. So a large amount is like really, really strong. And I got this inspiration to write about this strength in volume type of thing, volume of water, volume of like sky. And I'm describing adjectives and stuff. And at the end, there is this interesting thing: nothingness or a lotness. Both of them are infinite, and that's how the word ends. And my last, extremely short, is a reflection on I like speeches. And J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, has a speech, a commencement address at Harvard University. I'm not sure if it's 2008, I forgot the date, but the speech title is in itself something to savor. It's called The Fringe Benefits of Failure and the Importance of Imagination. The title in itself is quite meaty, and then she goes on to give this 21, 22-minute speech. And my reflectings, the very first time I ever heard about it, I heard it, were these: poverty itself is romanticized only by fools. That's point number one. Point number two: failure meant the stripping away of the inessential. And the third point I made when I first heard the speech was: rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I built my life. This is J.K. Rowling. And that's my literary offering for tonight. And we can come back in, and if you want, clap or no clap or whatever.
You clap.
Okay, I clap as well.
We'll clap to the cupboard as well here.
Why not?
Oh, don't cupboard.
You're getting the idea of how we work anyway.
Yeah.
Although I didn't think we were far behind, I think was it sort of crazy, eccentric probably. I think you seem like normal, but I said seem.
Dream.
Actually, I'm going to do something. I'm going to read something because I meant to and I forgot to read it.
Maybe we can now take a break with music, because otherwise we'll have music only.
Oh yes, all right, go on.
Which one, Lisa or Lexi?
Oh, Lisa.
Mala. Okay, we're gonna introduce Lisa.
Yeah, okay. Lisa's a friend of mine. She's initiated as well, lightwave. I taught her to meditate back in 2004, and she's meditated most of that time. She's a musician. She's really she's a musician. She writes songs, and she's a singer. And she's also very talented in so many things. At the moment, she's going to be working for prison service with people who are leaving and preparing them psychologically for their
re-entry
into society, after they've been bad people. So this is a song she did for us, especially for tonight, because she couldn't be with us because she's doing a gig. And so she did this on video beforehand so we could have a listen. And this is her contribution. She was at the initiation. No, she wasn't. You never saw her. No, you didn't see at the Lightwave thing. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
She was present.
I saw her the day after, not on the day that we did the thing on.
And she was on last month.
She was on last month, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
in person over here. So here she is.
Yeah, sorry I can't be there tonight. I'm gigging, but just do a little song for you. This is just a little uke song that I wrote. So hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, she's hearing it. So, see by her head.
Come people gather around for a barroom need something to get him around. You can shout and scream like God if you like. It won't change a thing what you feel inside. 'Cause I can't stop your losing battle. So look the other way and everything will be fine. Arguing stops and the laughter begins for a while. Darkness falls and those demons within come alive. Needs another drink to be alright. You can shout and scream like God if you like. It won't change a thing what you feel inside. 'Cause I can't stop this losing battle. I can't stop this losing battle. Look for the light in the morning to open our eyes. Look for the hope in another day that could come right. Well, you can shout and scream like God if you like. It won't change a thing what you feel inside. Well, you can shout and scream at me if you like. 'Cause I can't stop your losing battle. I can't stop your losing battle. I can't stop your
What's it
losing
here?
battle.
Don't
Well, I hope you enjoyed the song, and I'll have to watch it all back on replay. But have a good night. All right, bye-bye for now.
know. Bye-bye.
All right.
Lovely.
No, hopefully that came well now. Did you hear all through?
All the way through. Yeah, it's
Was-
beautiful.
Okay, I now thank you. At least I'm learning as well, and I now know what the problem is. So if you if you find that I'm gonna mute, pinch me.
I don't even know when you're muting. I don't even know when you're muting. I'm going to read a little bit now.
Yeah, now we have some words back.
Yeah.
So that's for you,
Yeah,
and I move out of the way.
yeah. We just, it's flexible format, considering, we don't have a lot of commitments at the moment. This is just a bit of biography of William Blake. William Blake is, well, I'll read it. Maybe that's a good idea. An English poet, painter, and printmaker. Largely unrecognised during his lifetime, Blake is now considered a seminal figure in the history of both poetry and visual arts of the Romantic Age. His prophetic poetry has been said to form what is in proportion to its merits, the least read body of poetry in the English language.
I'm admitting Robin.
What?
I'm admitting Robin. Robin is joining us.
Okay, go on then. Carry on.
Mm-hmm.
His visual artistry has led one contemporary art critic to proclaim him far and away the greatest artist Britain has ever produced. Although he lived in London his entire life, except for 3 years spent in Felpham, He produced a diverse and symbolically rich corpus which embraced the imagination as the body of God or human existence itself. This is about William Blake. Hi, Robin.
Hey.
Considered mad by his contemporaries, that sounds familiar, his idiosyncratic views, Blake is held in high regard by later critics for his expressiveness and creativity and for the philosophical and mystical undercurrents within his work. His paintings and poetry have been characterized as part of both the Romantic movement and the pre-Romantic for its large appearance in the 18th century, reverent of the Bible but hostile to the Church of England. Indeed, to all forms of organized religion. Blake was influenced by the ideals and ambitions of the French and American revolutions, as well as such thinkers as Jacob Boehme and Emanuel Swedenborg. Despite these known influences, he singularly of Blake's work makes him difficult to classify. The 19th century scholar William Rossetti characterized Blake as a glorious luminary and as a man not forestalled by his predecessors, nor to be classed with contemporaries, nor to be replaced by known or ready submissible successors. William Blake and his works have been extensively discussed and criticized over the 20th and now the 21st century. However, previous to that, he was barely known. He first became known in 1863 with Alexander Gilchrist's biography Life, and only fully appreciated and recognized at the beginning of the 20th century. Seems his art has been too adventurous and unconventional for the late 18th and 19th century. Maybe you could even say he was ahead of his time. Either way, today he is a hugely famous figure in Romantic literature, whose work is open to various interpretations, which has been known to take a lifetime to establish. As well as his works being difficult to interpret, him as a person has also provoked much debate. Henry Crabbe Robinson, who was a diarist and a friend of Blake's at the end of his life, asked a question many students of Blake are still unable to conclusively answer. Shall I call him a genius, or a mystic, or a madman? Lucas, 1998. I'll just do a little bit more and then finish. Born on the 28th of November 1757 in Soho in London, he had a well-grounded and happy upbringing. Although always well-read and an intelligent man, Blake left school at the early age of 10 to attend Henry Parr's Drawing Academy for 5 years. The artists he admired as a child included Raphael, Michelangelo, Romano, and Dürer. He started his writing poetry at the age of 12, and in 1783 his friends paid for his first collection of verses to be printed, which was entitled Poetical Sketches, and is now seen as a major poetical event in the 18th century. Despite his obvious talents as a poet, his official profession was an engraver, because he could not afford to do a painter's apprenticeship, and therefore began his apprenticeship with an engraver called James Bassere in 1772. After completing his apprenticeship 6 years later, he joined the Royal Academy of Art. At this point, his art and engraving remained separate. He wrote and drew for pleasure and simply engraved to earn a living. In 1784, he opened his own shop, and in the same year completed Island in the Moon, which ridiculed his contemporaries of the art and literal social circles he mixed with. 2 years previous to this, he married Catherine Boucher. That will be continued in next month's open mic, because there's a bit more to read about seeing angels, his communication with God, and these kind of things. And then his gradual shift from the mystical is God then being connected far more with the poor, the underprivileged, the sick, and those who were trodden on. And that was there was a shift from the mystical visions to connecting with human beings. Okay, so there we go. So let's put, oh yes, of course, clap. I shan't stop you. You carry on, it's all right. You've got plenty of time. Half an hour as usual. No, don't run away. Please. It's me again, it's me, look, me. It's the me show. Hello, folks. Right. That's nearly as funny as me, actually. You can keep trying now. Right, okay, put a... let me see, what should we do next?
Does Kathy have something to offer?
Yes, does Kathy have something to offer?
Yeah.
I forgot all about you, Kathy. I'm glad he said that, because you wouldn't have even been on. That's hilarious. Forgive me, I'm sorry, I'm terribly rude.
No, it's well, I thought I would jump into the opportunity because I've never delivered anything like this, and like we're a small crowd at the moment, and there is a poem that I've seen recently that has resonated with me that I would like to share, and it's a poem by someone I know who is he's a medium, and he writes poetry. I don't know if channeled is the right word, but from spirit. And this poem is not like his ordinary poems. This poem is slightly different from what he normally writes, but it just resonated with me particularly at the moment. His name is Ian Smith. So I would like to share that with you, if that's okay. Thank you. So it says, I don't understand what I've done to you. The skies have turned grey when they were once blue. I thought you loved me, I surely love you. I trusted you with my heart, don't know what to do. The promises you made, the lies that frayed, you acted like my friend, now you turn this way. You say it's my fault and not to tell, now caught in my own personal hell. Scars in my mind, pain in my heart, hoping each day for a brand new start. But I'm strong, and what you have done to me wounded my soul, but I will set it free. My spirit will soar with the angels above, because I refuse to let hate keep me from love. And he signs that inspired. So there we go.
That was nice.
Wow.
I liked it. It was to the point. I thought
Yeah.
very much to the point. There wasn't any messing around. There's nothing extraneous, sort of unnecessary stuff. It was boom.
Yeah.
Expressed himself very directly. I like that. I mean, you get people who are very clever, you know, clever poets or people literature, and it's too clever. That's all I'm saying. And I like that because there's a very open, direct connection.
Yeah, I thought so. That one that resonated with me. Yeah. So he does share quite some nice poems. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you
All
for.
right. No, thank you, Kathy, for your contribution. Let's put the vid on now.
Yes, and I'm not sure. Robin might have one later on,
Yes.
and then we'll finish with music.
Yeah. Are you okay at the moment, Robin?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna put a couple, one or two things on, and you can come on. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So we introduce Lexi.
Yes. Do I introduce? Yeah. Okay. Now we have another person, a friend of mine, Julie, who lives in Gozo on the other island off Malta, sister island. And Julie meditates with us. She does the same thing. She's really into self-development, very, very big time. very big time, challenging everything she knows, everything she believed in, because she felt, I mean, she said it, she felt like, you know, her whole life was, for a long time, was just a big farce. And when she saw through it and the emptiness of materialism, she just really just turned her back on it. She said, "That's not for me anymore," and she stayed like that. And she doesn't care what price it is. Her soul is more important than anything else, and sharing that with other people, obviously. Anyway, this is her daughter. It's not Julie, or Jew. She's called, her name's Julie, but she calls herself Jew, Goo. And this is her daughter, Lexi, who's an incredibly talented girl, and she makes songs up. She does them on the hoof, has dancers to go with them, and she's full of life and energy, and she sort of stands out from all the other kids. I'm not just saying, she just does, because she's so talented and creative. And she's on this island in a village. You can imagine it's quite difficult. You know, the authorities there think that she's too vibrant. And, you know, I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, I mean, madness rules everywhere. And anyway, enough of that. We're going to put Lexi on, and you have a listen to her. This is, I haven't seen this, which, you know, we just got it sent over this week,
Yeah.
and she did it especially for tonight's program. Okay, that's it.
Here we are. So let me share screen, and this time I won't mute us. Yep. There we go.
I don't know what to do. The best I can do is crushing down my life. But I don't know that. I don't know crazy stuff, but I don't know anything. It's like my life is gone. It can't be anything, no, I don't know this place. I don't know how to keep my life into my heart is beating so fast, so fast. I don't know why I can't be low, I don't know how to be so short, I don't know how to be so long, short, and I can't be the light of everything I know to say. I don't know anymore. I don't say and I don't care. I don't know, no. Say it, I didn't know. Take me back, go time. I don't know. Everywhere I can say this isn't my life. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I don't take me crazy world. I don't know how to keep my body every time I short. I don't know how to feel right. I tell myself I can't feel lost. And I can't take it anymore. I don't know how to keep myself inside. This is the light inside my heart. Oh, I try to keep myself happy, but it's so hard. I don't know how to feel hearted. I don't know how to feel cold. I don't know how to feel knowing. I don't know. I tell myself I'm going. I don't know how to feel calm. I don't know how to feel right inside this tall green grass. I didn't know. Tell me every time I feel calm inside my heart. It's trying to keep myself hearted. But I know this is how I go. This is how I go. I say I don't know time, oh, oh, oh.
give her a good hand. Now that's something that, I say, I don't know with that particular song, but she just make lyrics up as she goes along. She channels stuff through her. She's just like that. She doesn't know what she's going to do. She's doing things all the time. She's writing or painting. Amazing to be, I mean, such a spirit. And like, you know, her mother gives her maximum support. She's very disciplined with her because she's very creative, and you know, creative people can be a bit wild, but she's got a lot in her. You know, she's very kind. She's got a good heart. She's a good-hearted girl. She's very willful as well, so she has to be sort of controlled a little bit. You know, but yeah. So anyway, that was Lexi and Jew's daughter, and so that's good. I was thinking maybe Robin, would you like to contribute your piece?
I just want to say about the young girl. I think. I mean,
Oh,
how
yeah.
old is
Speak. Yeah.
how old is the young girl?
She's about 10.
Pretty amazing that she can channel that so clearly what she's feeling. That's awesome.
That's her. What she's saying is her. There's no separation. I think definitely. She's very hyper intelligent. It's to me it's a kind of feeling intelligence. It's not intellect. You obviously are aware of that. She feels it.
It's not just intelligence. It's her. She obviously feels, even though we're all, this is not easy for everybody what we're going through, but she obviously has a good support system around her, and she feels confident to be able to express those feelings, and that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she does. Her mother's, behind her all the time with whatever she wants to do, and she gives her the room to do it. And her father's good like that as well. She's not judged or criticised unless it's required, obviously, in some situations. But generally, no, she's given lots of support. Yeah. Nurtured. So,
Yeah.
Robin, would you like to?
Sure. I just kind of this came to me today, and I just started writing, and it just kind of came together. So I've gone over it once or twice. So if it's a bit rough, if I miss something, then whatever. Okay, it's called Once Upon a Dream. Once upon a dream in the life we once knew, life flew by so fast, and suddenly disaster became the new. We never used to slow down. We never used to scream and shout until the skies opened to say, Corona has come to stay. Now all is quiet, hardly a soul around. The sun lurks around each corner, hoping to be found. So much has changed, some things good and some not. We need to look into our hearts to return the kindness we have forgot. So many tears have shed, upon so many lives sorrow has tread. Pick up your heart and put down your frown, so happiness can once again abound. Fallen, senseless emotion that be, fill our hearts from sea to sea. New friendship groups spring up while others have bust. Life can once more if we just begin. Life can be once more if we can just begin. Wait, hold on a second. Fallen, senseless emotion that be, fill our hearts from sea to sea. New friendship groups spring up while others bust. Life can be once more if we just again to adore the treasures our minds can see if we open our eyes and let them be. So open your heart and open your mind, and you'll be surprised at what you might find. Just like a plant that sheds a seed, we too can learn and grow indeed.
Great. Thank you very much.
Wow.
It's great you did that today, did you, Robin?
Yeah, and I went over it again after I sent it to Norman. I just so I've only put it together and briefly read it, so that's why I kind of.
No, it's great that. I mean, I spend if I got a poem, I usually spend about a day checking it out, because I want to look good in front of people, I don't want to look like a schmuck,
That doesn't bother me. I've gotten to the point where I just feel what I feel, and if people don't like it, then that's their right to not like it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of extending it to 2 days rather than a day as well. So the neurosis is growing, the more I focus on it. And so, But no, that was great. Thank you very much. That's a nice contribution. And
It was just reminded me of, you know, some of the changes we've gone through since Corona began, and some of the, you know, the good things obviously are groups like this that have sprung up, and other groups that we you know, have become part of. And it just, if we can look at and get past the hard things because we have these kinships, then we can move on to better things.
yeah, I think they're important. This is to me, it's. I mean, it can be. It depends on the individual. It's got a soul connection, I call it. Where it's a bit like when you trust somebody, really trust someone, and you can say anything to them, and you're not
Right.
judged for it. I mean anything, and they may not like it, but they're not going to reject you because you have that viewpoint.
Right.
Or then you can talk about it and say, well, why do you feel this way about this or that? And you can talk about it. And you know, the minute you put judgment down, it's the end of the show. You've disconnected. I think that's one of the worst things is judgment, and it destroys people. And at the moment, there's a lot of judgment. It's being stirred
Too
up,
much.
unfortunately. But within us, we need to remind ourselves not to judge and have an open heart. You know, I mean, however long we last on the planet, we do our best from that point. You know, and remind ourselves. And being in a group like this, let's say, or what any group, I mean, it's a reminder to me, if nothing else, a reminder. And when we meet other like individuals, souls who are willing to be open and be um, vulnerable. To me, it's an openness coming in. I enjoy it, you know, but I feel it's important to go. I mean, a little bit on the edge, you know, a little bit on the edge, not just here I am the poet. I'm going to read you my poetry. It's like I'm screwed up today, you know. I saw this, or I really feel for this, and I wish it wasn't like that, but it is, and that's it. You know, it's a bit of life.
But it's kind of a bit of an escape as well, because
Yeah,
you can express yourself, and you can get feedback, and it's not part of the everyday. Like I said, you feel tread upon, and you feel oppressed and forced to do things maybe that you don't want to do, but that's, so this is kind, for me, it's kind of like a little bit of an escape, having these outside groups that I know I can express myself and not have to feel. I don't actually feel vulnerable, even when I had to go back over that one part. If in the past I wouldn't have been open like this and come out and done stuff like this. Forget it. That's just not what society is, at least where I live.
hang on, just a question. I mean, when you say you in the past you wouldn't be open, would you be more open in the last few years, or are you talking about particularly what we're doing at the moment? Get that clear. That's all.
So I've been through a lot of ups and downs in my life. In the past couple of years, 2.5 years ago, I lost my second husband to illness. And society, and it was right around the time of just the year, exactly a year before Corona. No, maybe a year and a bit before Corona. No, it wasn't even a year. It's about 8 months before Corona. And then you get, so you're already, not your usual self because you lost your spouse or what, or a family member or whatever. And then you get all this treading from societal expectations and whatever. And then I also have, as I told Norman, I also have PTSD from my childhood as well. So, you pick up the pieces and then you get stomped on again, and you picked up the pieces, and then Corona comes, and it's a cycle. But the last year, I said to myself, I can either keep going through this cycle, or I can say, enough. It's my turn to be what I want to be, who I want to be, with the people I want to be, and I want to succeed for me and my puppy dog, who's now fast asleep. And just stop worrying about what people think, and just do what I want to do my way.
Inspiring.
Great to hear. Thank you very much, Robin. It's very heartfelt, real, real stuff. And
Yep.
yeah, okay. I've got some poems to read now.
Awesome.
Mr. Norman's will see us out with some music, which he's got ready.
Okay.
These are later poems. Some of the poems are earlier, and these are later. Later, these are a few years ago, because I find it hard to write poetry these days, so don't know what happened. So, but when I get them, I get the odd one, I write them. But these are a couple of years old, maybe 3. I think there's 3 or 4, possibly 4, but there's certainly 3. We'll see how it goes. This is called The Wave. Transitory pleasure feelings arise, followed by the fall. Its wave-like undulance, which has many in its claws. At this juncture, immortality has not been realized by the masses of sleeping eyes. True knowledge beckons that we fashion a new temperament without further waiting, pause, or adjournment. I would adore a dialogue with my famed God and keeper, who lives above, beyond, and within, I believe. Right. Next one. This one's called Tomorrow's Dawn. Wandering around a small castle, dumbstruck in a void. The narrow depression departs, leaving me to feel these ghosts and sunny reflections off the lake's surface. Could this be the cause for calculation, as my enemies have good reason to hunt me? For it would be a great gain at this time, now. Although they killed a king, I commend these wasps who refuse to cause too much pain to an old man. Did you know my diamond ring is a gift from heaven? It is only allowed out at night when a full moon is in bloom. So forget the old world forged in regret. Fall and sleep now. For we have to arise with the sharpness of steel. In this, the final battle that beckons us on tomorrow's dawn. Okay. World on fire. Burning away while the mass suffer, a sleeping sickness, all but horizontally are laid in loveless toil, and this midnight tone resigns most of us to fall away from the sweet divine charity of grace. Eyes now turned away from a redemptive smile in an eternal descent into the dark night, yet still truth comes equally with crushing certainty. The 0 point. It's armed always with the transcendent beauty. It is persistent in its formless presence. Venturing away, we cannot play into an unreceptive hand, in which each man's fate is cast adrift within a watery ocean, until a self-awakening would lend a cure to the emptiness of heart, emptiest of most hearts. I'll give you one more, because this is a nice one. We'll finish on a nice one. I wasn't sure, but okay, it's not long. Falling into a mystery, lying down, Green mattress, eyes closed, into the dark, deeper, deeper, hear the unstruck divine sound, and the sun's melody, higher and higher, the intense richness glows in intensity, into the ever-present waves of oceanic love. No need now of myth, a cascade of radiance showering down, the crown prism, with its light it flickers, but perfectly so, glowing, knowing, now. Thank you.
Unmute.
He was very good, wasn't he? Yes, he was.
Very good.
Okay, time for Norman now.
And since the next event is going to be
Yes, when?
1 week before Christmas,
Yeah,
that is my introduction.
right.
Okay,
Date
is the 18th.
Got that.
Literally 1 week before Christmas.
18th of December will be the next. We will have it, if there's 2 people here, we'll have it.
Yep.
We will always hold this. Okay? For everyone
Exactly.
who is available.
If anybody feels some people are like-minded, like-hearted, would like to join us, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. Tell them, get in touch with me.
Yeah, that's important.
That's a little kind, because I was told a shoal of people were coming. In fact, it was a gaggle. They said, a gaggle are going to join you. I said, a gaggle? A gaggle of what? I do know what gaggle is referring to. And they said, oh, well, it's a gaggle of people, you know, but I know it's referred to normally as geese. And I go, yeah, I know it's gaggle of geese. And then I said, tell the gaggle to directly communicate with me, and I will give them an invitation to a wonderful evening. Several days later, none of the gaggle appeared in any shape or form. So I asked, and they said, oh, forget about the gaggle. So I guess it was a bit of a giggle. It wasn't.
I was just thinking that.
But yeah, with telepathetic as well. Yuri Geller, you know, he's Jewish and he's a mind bender, or he's Hasidic or something, you know. I met him a couple of times. He's a really nice guy, very nice, and his son as well. Son's like a copy of him. Love the guy. He's a very self-promoting character, but it doesn't matter. I mean, so what, you know? He did the stuff. Anyway, okay, so turn you over to Norman.
Yeah, we need to clear some stuff,
Yes,
of
all right.
course. Let's move the thing
Okay.
around. Okay, setting the stage, of course. We'll move the table in that direction. Yes. Yes, you go there. Table goes out, bench goes in, chair goes away. And final last lap. Now, just
Get the camera right.
yep, just in case. Yes,
Want more headroom.
I did that. Maybe we'll do this. Go better, maybe.
Well, yeah, head's still right. Too much now.
That's alright, no problem. And I'll pin it, of course, as I sometimes forget to pin. And remove. Pin. Here I am. Okay, so we move the thingy. So when you come and sit on this chair, then Paolo. Yeah, so that you don't cross behind me. Okay. Mala, 18th is our next one, and of course it will be a special season. So this is a special arrangement for the song, which you will understand. You will immediately understand as soon as I go into it, and it's a particular arrangement. I'm very happy and very proud to actually have. I have 2 chairs for 2 angels to come join. Would you like to have a seat, please? Voilà. Ready for that? Ready for the change? Yes, there we go, and there we are. Enjoy. There we are. Unmute, unmute, unmute. Gallery view. Back to there. If you want to make a clap, unmute. Paolo, here we are. Let's conclude.
Well done.
You're gonna do another one.
Thank you.
We'll do another one.
What can I do right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Should we say bellissimo?
Certainly bellissimo.
Okay, another one. Mala, this is like really gonna be improvised. That was a journey. Made up. Made up. Completely made
Oh
up.
wow, wow, it's amazing.
Come closer. Let's conclude.
Let's conclude. He's bigger
That was
than me.
lovely.
I'm
On a
smaller than him. That's conclusion. That's the conclusion. No, there's no doubt about it. In fact, it's scientific fact. Look.
It's very observant of you.
I know. There's nothing spiritual about it. It's pure materialism. Aristotle would say the same thing, you know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the evening, and your contributions and listening and just being here. You know, it's so nice just to be able to do this.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, I was walking around before the village, and I just see horror. I see horror. I see these masked people who once, if they had a mask like that, they would have been arrested for being bandits. My vision is like they're black. Well, not vision, they are. Some of them are black. One guy had a helmet on, and he's black with a black thing. For Christ's sake!
So here, I don't know about where you are, but here people are licensed that they can actually wear a firearm. So the joke at the beginning of Corona, but not a joke. You can walk into a bank with a mask on and a gun in your on your hip, and you don't get arrested.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I like the sound of that. I mean, I'll have a word with my politicians and see whether we can get that sorted out. It's a move forward, that's for sure, I tell you.
But on a scary note, today they announced here that they're already starting to. They got a shipment, I think it was of 1 million shots, child dose shots. They're going to start vaccinating 5-year-olds to 11-year-olds. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
I think the thing about it is probably what I feel is you can do this and that, but you know, you're limited in what you can do. And you see,
Why would a child who has a you know, I mean, I'm not saying that kids can't get sick, but you know, they have a pretty good immune system already.
Yep. I know. Yep. Well, we know really what's going on. Anyway, yeah, today anyway there was this, and everybody, the eyes were like fearful with the mask. That's what I was saying, and they're walking around and hunched over as well. And I'm going, this is not a way to live, but it's a way to die. You're already dead. That's what came to me. I said, you're dead already. Unfortunately, I must say.
Yes, that's what this whole thing is about.
They're doing the right thing, you see. They're doing the right thing, what they're told to do. But it's killed them, and you don't even see it. And it's a horror show to go and look at to see the people. I can't say any more than that. I mean, that's it, really. But anyway, we have to do our best. My only consolation, I suppose, is I see the world as a lunatic asylum.
It was always. It's just a little bit more.
That's right. But it's now increased,
Obvious.
intensified the madness. It's always been insane. So what we're seeing is manifestations of that insanity. And I say to myself, what do I learn from being in this? From this or that or the other? Not that it shouldn't be there, because I see everything as good and bad, and for want of a better word. Therefore, why shouldn't things be bad as much as they can be good? That doesn't mean I want them to be good, bad, but I'm saying it's the flip side of the coin, you know. And I take from it what I can learn from it, and then use it to make myself stronger, rather than becoming a victim of it. But I do feel a bit victimized. Okay.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned it in the group, but I know I said to Norman, like, because it's a fear and the control factor, but the acronym of the word fear is false evidence appearing real. I've never seen, in my 29 years as a paramedic, I've never seen so many people run so quickly to almost be like robots and obey what they're told to do. It's not natural.
No, well, it's a big subject, and You know,
Yeah, and maybe
I'm with you 100%. So
maybe a lot of art and culture and writing and music will come out about these subjects. And you are all aware that we're gonna close this soon, as in the recording of it, and then we can have a chat if we like to. So shall we do that? Official closure,
yes,
date of next.
yeah, the 18th of December, 7 o'clock is the time to come on, and we'll have a different code which you have to put in. Apparently, every time we go out and we come back in, the code is changed. I didn't know that. We only found out tonight. So
Yeah.
we'll have a code, but don't log in at 6 o'clock in the evening because we're not.
Nobody's gonna be there.
We don't start till 7 in Malta time, which was 6 in English time.
And
8 my time.
Christ
Plus
knows.
one.
Jesus, world, whatever. You know, they're different to us. They're not the same as us. You know that. You know that they're just different.
Well, one thing to keep in mind is any code or link that we use, unless we, the source, go in first, you will always find it's saying like meeting ID invalid or something like that. So that's why we say after 7. We start officially at 7:30,
Yeah.
but after 7, I'll be going into the link, and then you can join after.
Yeah, you see the link. Then put the link, the proper link to
We'll
use.
post the link always on the Malta Poet Society
Page.
Facebook page, so it will be there, and that will be the link for the event of the day it happens.
Yeah.
Because there's only one way to generate that unique link. It's when I go into that particular meeting which I set up on the day.
Yeah, and your checks, Diana's card, send them to me. Yogi Paolo. I mean, everybody knows me, you know. Bank. And,
Not Yogi Bear?
oh, hey, come on, Yogi Bear's not funny.
Buddy has a buddy boo boo. Come on.
He does, yeah. I used to love watching that.
Mela, let me stop the recording and we
Okay.
can chat a little bit longer, okay?
Yeah.
See you all on the 18th of December, 7 p.m. Malta time for Malta Poet Society online open mic, the last one of the year 2021.